All right, guys, welcome back to Masters of the Grillverse. I guess you could say Masters of the Cookieverse if you want. I am Chris. Today we are 3 days away from Christmas. Uh, so Santa Claus will be coming tomorrow night, the night after. So of course we have to make cookies to leave out for Santa Claus. That's what we're doing today. We're making some cutout cookies. So first, what I have in a separate bowl, I have 4 cups of flour. I'm going to sift this in there. To that, we're going to add 3¼ teaspoons of salt and 3¼ teaspoons of baking powder. Powder, not the salt, not the soda. Get that all sifted in. Make sure everything is nice and lump free. If you have some little lumps here in the bottom of your sift, let's go ahead and push those through. It's Christmas. Everyone gets a chance today. Get that. We're going to set it off to the side. Next, in your stand mixer, we are going to add 1 cup or 2 sticks of room temperature unsalted butter. If you want to use salted butter, you can. Just omit the salt out of the flour mixture. And then to that, we're going to add 1 cup of granulated sugar. Now, we're going to put this with your paddle attachment on, medium speed. Let's go ahead and whisk all this, or let's go ahead and get all this incorporated so it's nice and fluffy. Should take about 2 to 3 minutes. While that's whisking together, let's go ahead and get our eggs ready. So we're going to need 2 eggs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to crack them in the bowl that I had the sugar in, just so I make sure I don't get any shells or anything like that in the batter. All right, so once everything is nice and light and fluffy, we're going to turn this down to a low speed and add our eggs one at a time. There's one. I turn the speed up just a little bit so we can get everything mixed in there. And then also get the batter off the paddle. Give this a nice scrape. And then, of course, we're going to add in our second egg. And then while this is mixing, of course, you can go ahead and add your vanilla. The recipe calls for a teaspoon. Oops. All right. Good. Clean up our mess while we go. All right. The second egg and vanilla are pretty much mixed through. Now you do want to be careful you don't over mix your batter or over beat the sugar. If you add too much air into the batter, it is going to cause these cookies to spread more than you probably would want them to. All right. So once you get everything mixed in, turn your mixer to low. And now you want to gradually add in your flour, your salt, and your baking powder. Now again, you don't want this to be over mixed, but you do want to make sure that a good 90% of everything is well incorporated. That last 10% we can do at the very end. All right, everything's mixed in. Not too much of a mess, which is always a good thing. All right, guys. So I can tell it is getting done because my mixer is starting to struggle. So lift this up. That's a nice looking dough right there. Like that. All right. So I am completely ill prepared right now. Be back in 2 seconds. I need to get some parchment paper, guys. Hold on. All right, guys. So I got the parchment paper, got the dough done. We're gonna take a piece of this off. We're gonna lay it down. We're actually gonna get 2 pieces of parchment paper. And you want to make sure you get all that wonderful dough off your paddle. So this is what my dough currently looks like. Very well, nice and brought together. So we're going to take this, just going to knead it in the bowl a little bit, getting all of those crumbly bits off the bottom. You made it, you're going to want to make sure that everyone gets a chance to play, right? Go ahead and take your dough, split it up into two piles. Form these into little pucks like that. We're going to set one on that piece. We're going to do the same thing with this one right here. Pop down there in the middle, give it a nice spank. And then we're going to take them, wrap them up like so, kind of like what Burger King does to your burgers. That's kind of what we're going for here. That kind of vibe. Fold that under. Fold that under. All right, so next we're going to pop these in the refrigerator for about 2 hours. After 2 hours, we're going to bring them out. We're going to roll them out. We're going to cut them. We're going to bake them. They're going to be delicious. So you pop these in the fridge. See y'all in about 2 hours. All right, guys, we are back. Dough has been chilling for 2 hours. It has been chilled out. So we're going to take the first one and just kind of set up to the side. So you could really roll these out two different ways that I know of. One, get a bunch of flour, make a giant mess on your counter, or grab some parchment paper. Now these ones were already rolled in parchment paper, so I'm only going to need one more sheet. Get your parchment paper. Now if you're having the issue with it rolling up, just crumple it up like that. This way, parchment paper is going to lay flat on the table. You ain't got to worry about it curling up on you. Get one of your dough pucks. Before I forget, let's set our oven to 375 degrees. So, you're going to be in this video?
All right.
So, we're going to put our puck of dough, between both pieces of parchment. It's a little slippery. We're going to roll it out. Now, if you're having trouble like I am right now, let your dough sit out like that one's going to about 10 to 15 minutes. Give that butter a chance to just kind of mellow out a little bit. Otherwise, we're going to put some muscle behind it and force it to do what we want regardless. And then after a little while, it's going to soften up. It's going to do what you want. And then you, the dough, the kids, and the not so little kids, going to be happy because here in a second, we can finally make some delicious Christmas cutout cookies. So, that looks to be roughly 1/4 inch, which is a good size for these cookies. Now, next question is, what Christmas cookie are we going to use? We have so many to choose from. Of course, we have the snowflake. We have the ugly Christmas sweater. We have Frosty, the snowman. We have the gingerbread man. We have Santa Claus. We have a Christmas tree, a candy cane, a bell, a coffee cup, a star, a stocking, and snowman's hat. Zach, can you go grab that one real quick? On the other side. So, of course, y'all know how to do these, how to do your classic cutout cookies. You place them on there. You just press down. When you press down, don't shake them back and forth. That's kind of causes the cookie to lose a little bit of its shape. Now, I'll tell you a little secret. As you can see, I rolled it out on the parchment paper and I cut it on the parchment paper. I'm going to show you why here in a minute. So those four that I'm going to do. Do you want to do any other ones like over here? Any one of these ones do you want to do?
Snowflake?
Go ahead. You can put it, hold on. You want to kind of get them close, that way you can keep as much of the excess stuff as you want. One push down. All right. And we got room for, I think, a small one. Do you want to try a candy cane, a snowman, a coffee cup, a Frosty? Which one?
Is a candy cane good enough?
That's a coffee cup.
Is a coffee cup good enough?
Okay, so one thing on this one, you see how this end is kind of rolled over and there's no rollover in this one?
Yeah.
You want to make sure that this end, show you guys, there's a rollover and a no rollover part. You want to make sure that the no rollover part is down, because that's what's going to give you a nice clean cut. Okay?
All right.
Make sure you're not on any edges. Perfect. All right. Good job.
Thank you.
Give it up for my boy Zach. Doing such a great job. So, once you get your cookies cut, you're going to want to grab your baking sheet, line it with a parchment paper. Now, because I rolled and cut this on the parchment paper, there's no stick, there's no added flour to make your cookies thicker than they would normally be. And because when we pushed the cookie cutter down into the dough, we didn't shake it. When you lift the cookie cutter up, the cookie comes with it. Very nice, clean cuts. Just like so.
What do you call a crab in a big red suit?
What's that?
Santa Claus.
All right, so these are going to be some delicious cookies, huh?
Very delicious cookies.
Right. So, as you see here, we have a bunch of leftover dough. Bring it all together. Let's put it all back into a nice ball form. Take your parchment paper from earlier. Make sure that does not fall, please.
All right.
And we're going to roll it back out to roughly the same thickness as those. You kind of want them all the same thickness, because if not, when they cook, the thinner ones are going to be done before the thicker ones, and that's just not going to be any fun. You might have some overcooked cookies, some undercooked cookies. The grandkids are going to be unhappy. The kids are going to be happy.
I'm going to be unhappy.
Zach's going to be unhappy if your cookies are messed up. Don't mess up your cookies, guys. All right. So,
I got a question.
What's up?
Can I make a Ninja Curl?
I'm working on that part next. So, Zachary, when we were at the Dollar Tree a couple days ago, we found this thing. It is a toast imprinter. So basically, you push this onto a piece of bread, you put it in the toaster, and it's supposed to give the outline of whatever's done. This is a Ninja Turtle. By the looks of it, I'm going to say it's Michelangelo. So go ahead and push it down just a little bit.
All right.
We're going to see if this is going to work for a cookie.
All right. And it works.
I don't think that's going to get a good impression.
Oh.
I don't think it was pushed down hard enough, but that's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Flatten it back out. Let me see what I can do, okay?
All right.
Now, how does that look?
Now that's much better.
All right, now we gotta make sure that this goes all over it.
Cowabunga!
What do you think, guys? Do you think this is gonna work?
I hope it does. Because it looks good to me.
I'll put that right there. All right, guys. So, like I said, you're gonna do this for the rest of your dough. So, for the rest of this dough and for the rest of this dough, do as many batches as it's gonna take. We're gonna skip to the end of all the boring stuff. We're gonna come back when these are coming out of the oven. So, we'll see you back about 8 to 10 minutes. Catch you soon, guys. All right. So, for some reason, my microphone quit working again. So, I'm gonna do a little voiceover once more. The timer on the oven just went off, so we'll go ahead and take the cookies out of the oven, and these things are looking absolutely incredible. Nice and just lightly golden brown on the bottom, which is how you want them. Here I am calling Zachary over so he can take a good look at his Ninja Turtle cookie. Warning him not to touch the pan because it is very hot. But Zach, go ahead and take a look at that. You think that looks pretty good? Zach is absolutely ecstatic about the cookie. So, like I said earlier, you can get these at the Dollar Tree. They have Ninja Turtles. They had Bluey. I think they had Garfield. So, for a little over $1, definitely worth it if you have little kids who like these characters and you want to get cookies imprinted with them. They're real simple to use, and they just look amazing. So, other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good fun stuff. Have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I'll catch you all next time.